Welcome, everyone. It's Shari Carroll for simonsatStamp.com, and I have an art journal page that I've created using some PinkFresh Studios washi tape, stamps, and dies. I'm starting off in my Dina Wakley white 6x6 journal, and I have to clip it now to keep it flat because all my pages are getting thicker. So these are the pieces of washi tape that I've torn away from the roll, and I'm going to pull this out and show you how these work. So this is a complete panel when you get from the top wreath down to the bottom wreath. And it's very wide, and they have matching stamps and dies that match up perfectly to the washi, so you can stamp the outlines of the flowers all at once or die cut all at once. But I'm going to do something a little bit different for my art journal. I'm going to use the washi tape to do some collage. So I've torn around each of these pieces, I've torn around the wreath, and to get to the center, I'm going to just fold this in half gently, and I have it front to front rather than going with the adhesive back. So you want to make sure you don't pin it back to each other on the sticky side. And now I'm just going to tear around and remove that little flower from the center. To glue the images down onto my art journal, I'm using Tim Holtz Collage Medium. This will dry clear with a matte finish and is perfect for collaging a lightweight paper such as the washi tape. I'm going to speed this up a little bit and put it to some music, but I'll be back to fill you in on what I'm doing next in the journal. I've let my page completely dry, and next I want to add my title, and I have the LEA'S ornate lowercase letters, and I have the stamps and the die set both together. These are by PinkFresh Studio. The die set, they do come with a magnetic sheet so you can store your dies all together. So I've used the Simon Says Stamp black glossy cardstock, and I've cut out my title, and it is Life. And I'm a little apprehensive to stamp onto the textured paper of my journal book. So what I want to do is create a drop shadow using a gray ink to drop shadow it behind my die cut letters. So to do that, I'm going to add some adhesive to the backs of the letters and stick them onto the block the way I'll have them on my art journal page. Then I can add my stamps to the back side of the block to how they will be stamping, and I can create my drop shadow. And to do my stamping, I want something permanent, so I'm using archival ink, and that is in shadow gray. So I'll go ahead and ink this up really well to start off with, and then I want to do a test stamping just to get the stamp seasoned before I stamp onto the journal. And as you can see, once I stamp this, it's a nice light gray, and it's perfect for a drop shadow. So once I'm happy with my test sample, I can ink this up again. And using my new T-square from Simon Says Stamp, I can align my block and then press it right into my art journal, and I know that everything is straight. I've let my ink dry, and next it's time to start clipping off those overhanging pieces, and for that I can just pick up my scissors and cut along the edge of each of the pages of my journal. I want to add some texture to my pages, so I'm using Distress Crackle Paste, and it's translucent. So I'll preserve the color of all my washi tape and it'll also add in some clear embossing, or it's almost like embossed through the stencil, but it'll also have a crackle to it. So I'm using the Simon Says Stamp Peony stencil, and I'm using a palette knife to apply the paste. I'm going to be speeding this up in a few minutes, but I want to explain a few things that I'm doing. So once I've covered the right side of my page, I went and cleaned off my stencil, and then I continued on to the left. Once the paste was dry, I used my watercolors to create a wash of color under the flowers, and that crept into some of those crackled areas. I also used my gouache to do some white speckles over the entire page. I white embossed my message from the flowered stamp set onto black cardstock, and I put that on the left page. And then I glued my letters down in place along with a Tim Holtz label sticker. I hope you're able to sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of the process. I do have all my supplies listed in the description box below, and as always, thanks so much for watching.